It is Ebro in the morning. Rosenberg and the beautiful Laura Styles.
Hi.
Laura, introduce the people to our guest today.
Trinidad James is
In the
here.
building.
Yeah, you already know, man.
Now, I reached out to Rosenberg.
Right.
Well, just reached across the table here and said, hey, Rosenberg, get your boy Trinidad. Because I wanted to only talk to you about Uptown Funk.
Correct.
We had Ronson on the show. He said, I asked him straight up, I was like, yo, Ronson, does Trinidad James get a check from the use of Don't Believe Me, Just Watch?
Right.
And Ronson was like, yeah, everybody got paid.
Yeah.
Can you speak to what type of pay?
It's that industry pay, you know what I'm saying, like royalties and you're good for life type stuff.
So you'll be paid forever off that song. So what's a check look like? A small check from Uptown Funk?
I mean, there's no telling, man. Like that song is huge.
But you didn't get, but you didn't get a big thing.
We ain't
up
got
front.
nothing yet. No,
okay.
no,
So
that's
just
not that type of thing.
You just got a percentage though.
Yeah.
So every time that song plays, you get paid as a writer.
A movie, yep, everything. Ellen, the president's wife dancing to it, all that.
Dope.
Wow.
Everything. So I mean, we set for life.
And see, hip hop thought they had finished you off, especially New York. They thought they finished you.
You can't finish the real, man. You can't finish the real, man. I'm on Hot 97 right now,
again.
Man. Come on, man.
The last time you was here, your teeth wasn't as nice.
Man, they look great now. So it's a great day, man. It's a new year. It's a better year, man. Come on, man.
Do you sometimes I get frustrated because I feel like the way things played out for you and some of the things that happened ended up putting you in a tough position and people aren't necessarily getting exposed to what was really there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because by the time I even realized like kind of what you had to offer, both by actions of other people and yourself.
But you was hard on it. The first time we interviewed you up here at All Go, everything was ringing off.
Yeah.
We did not go easy on you. You was a good sport. We tested whether or not you was a real MC when you started rapping. All your fashion, what it was, if you was really from Trinidad, your teeth, like we went at you.
Yeah. And it was good. I mean, I really, like I tweeted last night, I really appreciate everything that y'all put me through. You know what I'm saying? Like everything. I mean, I'm not upset. I don't have one hatred bone towards anybody at this station, nobody. It's all good because I needed that. I'm a late bloomer in the game. So I wanted to know all the worst stuff about the game because everything has a good and bad side to it. Yeah. So just in general, everything that you guys did, don't get me wrong, it cut. I was like, man, this is crazy because nobody never talked to me like this. Mm-hmm. But okay, you know what I'm saying? I realized that this is what it's about and it's made me such a better person this year. Like, this is an amazing year for me.
So in a weird way, even though you were like, you had that like out of the box, borderline one hit wonder type thing happening, are you happier with it having slowed down a little bit and getting into more of like you've had to learn more and work?
Well, you see, you got to think about it, man. Despite what everybody puts me on these different pedestals. Oh, this, the worst rapper, best rapper. This, I hate him. I love his fashion, his hair, all these different type of things. Just in general, I'm only 2 years in the game.
It's crazy.
Only, period, like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So just in general, any artist, whether you're on or not on, think about what you have done in 2 years and what you did your first 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I have so much more to go, and that's what I'm focused on. My team, my artists that signed to me, and focusing on doing the right thing for the community, like things that I missed out on when everything was popping off. Like the only thing I regret is I didn't do enough for the community.
What do you mean by that?
Like, like as far as really kicking off like my community centers and all the things that I'm doing now, my charities, my sneaker show that I do, and we do like charities for the homeless, and I live in LA now or whatever, and I'm doing one at Crenshaw High School or whatever for that community when the kids get out of school, and I'm gonna do another one in Compton for the kids when they go back to school, and I'm gonna do a last one or whatever for Skid Row, which is like, if you know anything about it,
the homeless, drug addicts, the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. And like,
but why LA? Why you not in Atlanta?
Well, I moved to LA because it's just a bigger playing field. I've kind of maxed out on everything I could do in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I grew up. I did everything there.
But you wouldn't take your community programs?
No,
back
I started. I did it there.
Okay.
My first one was there. I did it on my first one I ever tried to do. It was really successful. We got about 300 pairs of kicks, and we gave it all the way to each homeless person. Like, so that's 250 to 300 homeless people that have great shoes. Like, people were donating Space Jams, for charity.
That was classy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about Space Jams, so you understand the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so with
real.
that being said, I had to grow up. Like 2015, like really opened my eyes up to like, bro, These are the things that I would have wanted to do because this is what type of person I am. This is what type of man I am. You know, and that's what I appreciate. I know who I am as a man, and that entail helps me to know who I am as an artist. And I could just work a lot better now.
Yeah, to me, it's been interesting watching your career unfold. You're a very honest person.
Gotta be.
You're a smart dude, and a lot of people, you know, obviously with All Gold, everything being what it was, people didn't know who you were. And we learned more as time went on. The one thing I'd ask you about that I'd be curious about if you do have regrets about is the situation at the show in New York where you said what you said and it led to a terrible brushback, something about New York doesn't run shit anymore. Something that was honestly relatively accurate but just wasn't your place to say. Do you have a regret about that, or did you learn from that as well?
No, I learned from that. And one of the things that, and my mother always tells me this, you know, and she even told it to me again, you know what I'm saying, like after the situation and we talked about it, you know, she's like, it's usually not what you say to people, it's always how you say it. You know, and I came up on that stage with so much stress and anger towards a completely other situation, and everything just came out the wrong way because we talk like this all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you know what type of person I am. And to be in that mindset, that's not the mindset I like to be in because I fly off at the mouth. I fly off. I'm angry. I'm upset. Even if it's the truth or not, it's still about how you say it.
And so that you're in Brooklyn on a stage. You were performing at an industry party of some sort.
It was Converse. They booked me for a show to do, and it was in Brooklyn.
It was at Rubber Tracks, yeah.
At Rubber Tracks. And you basically were saying that it sounded like you were a fan of New York hip hop as a hip hop fan.
Yes,
and
I am.
Grew up on tons of it.
I am.
And the statement sounded to me when you did it like you were, and I think we talked about this on the radio, you were expressing disappointment in the music scene of New York, was what it sounded like to me.
And you see, then that was the problem, or whatever. What I was disappointed in the consumer. I was disappointed in the consumer and
the support for the music.
Yes,
right.
Like they're not supporting their own people that's born here. The consumer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're supporting Trinidad James, which is cool. That's good. You know, but like I want to hear when at that point in time when that interview went down, I honestly wasn't hearing nobody. I had just found out about certain people. You know, I knew Joey because we were on tour together with Wiz for the Under the Influence tour, and I was like, oh, he's dope. But I wanted
But even
to
here
hear
at
more.
Hot 97, at that moment in time when All Go, everything was ringing off, there was a lot of records that was ringing off. There was a lot of local scene that hadn't gotten to what I call the major league status yet. Even now, like we're just now playing Joey. Joey just put out his first album. Sure. At that time, he was on tour off of a mixtape. I think Bronson had his Static Selected collabo out at that time, right? And now here, fast forward, Bronson's got a chance to rap a record, and we playing it all day, right? So these are artists coming out of New York, but that was 2 years ago. We wasn't at that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like for me, you got to think about it. I'm brand new in the game, and I am tearing the radio waves up. I'm tearing. You can't go nowhere in New York and not hear Trinidad James.
Yeah, and by the way, coming
You know
from Atlanta of all places, a place where they completely support their own.
I'm tired of hearing
100%.
myself. I just came from Atlanta, and they're killing everything because they're playing all my music in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I want to go because I love people and music. I want to hear your culture.
That's right.
I want to collab. Because I love Dipset. I love the Lox.
And you said that in the audio too.
Yeah. Like I said, this is a way better year, man.
And you're getting checks from Uptown Funk.
Come on, man.
And you
was on CNN last night.
You was on CNN Wait, and you're touring still? You're still getting shows?
I'm doing. Yeah, I've never stopped.
Really?
Never stopped. I get asked to do shows. I just did a show in New York at the Gilded Lily in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just in general, you can't stop a real person. Like if I was fake, if I wasn't good, I'll be gone. Because we've seen people gone and go.
But you feel like musically, creatively, you got you're still growing as an artist.
Because you can't touch me creatively. You can't touch me in videos. You can't touch me in fashion. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. These niggas know or whatever. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? Because they know I respect everybody. But it's the truth, and I got to look at the facts, bro. I say at first, I'm a humble dude. You guys know that or whatever. But I had to sit back and look at what I've done since I've came in the game or whatever. And I don't ever toot my own horn or anything like that. But I just have to let people know that I am here to do the right service for music, and that is to create the right records. Just because I'll Go Everything was your worst favorite track ever, that's not my fault.
Right.
I didn't put a gun to anybody's head,
Right.
radio or consumer, to listen to that track. I made it because that's the way I wanted to relay my message to the people around me at the time.
Side Chick was the actual song. I don't know
Side Chick was a hit.
I don't know what happened with Side
I
Chick.
think
So it was
Welcome
the
too, though.
backlash
That
had
was
started.
dope.
Yeah,
The
that's pretty much-
backlash had started already, and people started coming for him. And then that's when the blog space and everything didn't really big up Side Chick.
It's just hard to and this is me talking about me here, which is weird. But when I look back on it, or whatever, I was like, I could understand, because when you look, every other rapper is kind of easy to understand for the most part. It's like, oh, okay, this is what he does. This is how he looks. Okay, cool. I change my look every week. I make different type of music. You know, I just dropped a project with DJ Lazy Rich. I just dropped a song with Mark Ronson. It's like you know, I do my own stuff. I do songs with Zaytoven. It's no limit on my life. It's no limit on my creativity. I love everyone. I have white, black friends, Asian, Colombian. You know what I'm saying? I mess with
Colombia
gangbang.
was so random in there. Like I thought he would go Dominican, Puerto Rican.
He said that last night on CNN too. He likes
Because I
Colombians,
have
man.
true Colombian friends.
Right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? Like I do. Like that's just how random it is. It's ain't even as cliche like, oh, I got Mexican friends. No, I have Colombian friends. You know what I'm saying? Like
You on the record, on the remix, the Ronson remix, you say a line about Def Jam. Thank you for the money.
Yeah.
Thank you for the money. So two things. One, how much money do you actually get out of that situation? And two, do you have pent up anger that they would have been so geeked to sign you off of a record being big and bail on you so quickly?
Nah, what you call it? First of all, I never talk about money with record labels because I'm just not that type of dude. But to answer your other question or whatever, I want to tell them thank you for everything that you taught me, because what I've realized is major labels is not for everybody, and that's the message I want to get across to the youth.
That's real.
That's the only message I care about. I don't care about nothing else we talked about so far. That major record labels are not for everybody.
And why do you care about that so much? Why?
Because
is that the one
I've
thing?
realized that I didn't need them to be that nigga. I'm that nigga already, and if you are really that nigga, then you're good. You can be you. And that's what I want the youth to realize, that being you is the most key important part of life. Trust me. Don't get me wrong. Some people
But give me
need
more
it.
detail on that. When you
Like,
say being
okay.
you, because you use when All Go Everything was popping and you put the video out, you used the tools that you had at your disposal to
But you
build
don't-
your brand, right?
but you don't understand-
before the label.
But you got to understand everything. I never knew anybody in
No, but that's what I'm saying. Your tools, your Facebook, your YouTube, your street hustle,
But
your
that stuff didn't even. Honestly, man, that video was something that you hadn't seen out the South since the Dirty Boys, since Outkast, since Goody Mob, Dungeon Family. You ain't seen that, and the industry, the culture of hip hop needed that. Whether you cared
The
about
visual aspect.
the visual aspect, and just even I promise you, you don't have to believe me or not. When me and Bruno linked up recently or whatever, and we were talking, he chopped it up with me. He's a great dude. He's one of the most professional
Super nice dude.
artists I ever met. He's so talented. He's so good. Like, I worked with everybody, but they're not Bruno Mars, trust me. And he was like, when he first heard that song and he seen the video, he said he continued to look at it and listen to it because it honestly changed his perspective on writing. And that was big to me coming from him because he is that dude.
I mean, he's the writer.
He's that dude.
Yeah.
He's that dude. Period. You know what I'm saying? And then when we're in the studio together, writing together, I'm like, and he's respecting my ideas, and I'm just learning from him. It just goes to show me that, it's no specific way to paint a picture or to paint a painting. You can paint it however you want to paint it. And once you know what you're painting and why you're painting it, that's all that matters. And so I take that back into what I was saying about the use being you. If you know that you're dope and you believe in yourself, then do that. Be that, sell that, and if people believe in you and it's true and it's meant to happen, it's going to happen.
But that's the part I was stopping you at, not to get completely
Go
out
ahead.
because we
No,
got
go
some
ahead.
other ground. Is
Yeah.
you said do that and then sell that, right? Because I believe, I guess my frustration a lot of times when I hear people say just be you, you can do whatever you want,
Right.
is there's actual work after that though.
Yes,
There's
I mean,
making sure you
of
know
course.
how, you know what I mean? So there was work that you did.
No, and what it is I just stayed true to me. I feel like in my interviews with you guys, even before I got here, just the person that I am, I just brought that entire me. Fashion, wild, loud.
But relationships,
humble.
though, you used to talk about in the store. You was handing out your mixtapes, or
Yeah, to people, regular people, the same
Yeah.
people in the hood that bought clothes for me. Check my music out, bro. Do me that favor. You ask for a deal on this outfit, listen to this for me.
yeah,
If you like, you like. If you don't, thank you for listening. Or whatever. And people listen. I was passing out CDs for months. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't getting no deal. And then I finally linked up, or whatever, with TIG Records, because they were one of the first people to believe. Universal Republic could have signed me for $1,500 because they flew down from New York to meet me, but it just put me on their radar because they wasn't sure, you know, or whatever. We talked. They came to my job where I worked at, selling clothes and shoes and sneakers or whatever. And we chilled, we listened. I played them the full project before anybody. You get what I'm saying, or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you one key thing that really helped it, to be honest with you, is DJ Dirty at Ballers Eve. That's the God right there, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. He is a very key point. Like, he was the first person that wasn't in Atlanta. He was in New York with a downside radio station, and he reached out to him and he was like, yo, you have the next voice of Atlanta. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay.
Whatever
you know what
you
I'm
say,
saying?
bro.
Well, all right, bro. All right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know you, you know, da-da-da. But he really was the dude that was championing for me here in New York. And everything, honestly, all he did was the same thing I did. Check this guy out. Listen to him, see if you rock with him. And people just honestly gravitated to it. And then when you seen the cover and the image or whatever, it's like, wow, this dude is so interesting. And that's how it went. So it's like I said, it's be you.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no money, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't have nothing
You was
to
grinding.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nobody. I'm hustling hard, bro.
Yeah.
Extra hard. I'm trying to take care of my mama, bro. That's it. So with that being said, even if I had never got signed or anything, I still be grinding, hustling, and making my music
Right.
or whatever at my own pace. And that's the good thing, to go back to what you said or whatever. I'm able to get back to that now. I'm not attached to a manger. I can work at my pace and do the things that I want to do, and still build and still be that nigga.
So you were on CNN.
Yes, ma'am.
Discussing the use of the N-word. And it came from a Vine. I saw the Vine of an older white lady who
Yes, ma'am.
sing the N-word and
Came
singing
out in
along to
2013,
your,
yes.
singing along to your song. Now, you said you gave her a pass.
I didn't. I never said that. You see, that's,
Okay.
you know, headlines, they always,
Right.
You know, they terrible. It's terrible.
And now let me also add to what Laura before you answer.
Go ahead.
The conservative Republican right, because there was a very large, very influential fraternity, SAE, whatever, Sigma,
Yeah,
Alpha,
SAE.
Epsilon, yeah.
there was a video of them on a bus singing
There'll
if
never
you're
be
happy
an
and,
end.
if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands tune, but using the term nigga all through it, and you'll never be a nigga in SAE,
We're
saying
hanging
that
from a tree.
they were hanging from a tree. Now
Yeah,
this
you're
video
hanging
comes
That's
out.
the red flag. Look, bro.
That's
That
It's so crazy.
Ebro.
No, I understand.
Ebro.
But let me get
Ebro.
there. Let me
Go
get
ahead,
there.
go
Let me
ahead,
get there.
Go ahead.
So what ended up happening after that video came out, it went viral, and everybody's talking about the use of the N-word and this fraternity, and they've been kicked off campuses, University of Oklahoma. The Republican right now starts talking about hip-hop and the fact that the N-word is all throughout hip-hop, and if Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, this is Rush Limbaugh talking, can use the N-word, how come it can't be on this and that, da-da-da. And then this video from 2013 surfaces of this old grandma singing your song.
Yes.
And she
so-
has connections to them because she was like
She's
a
the
den
house
mother.
mother. She's the house mother of that same
So
chapter.
now they've looped you,
Hip-hop.
Trinidad James,
Yes.
into this conversation.
Yes.
And now you've fallen for the bait and you went on CNN last night.
No, not falling for the bait, but I had to stand up for my brand.
Mm-hmm.
I had to represent for Trinidad and Tobago, where I come from, because you got to understand, this is where it all started from. I was born in Trinidad. I'm a proud Trinidad. I love being from Trinidad. I've been back 3 years in a row now, since I've been able to afford to go back home, and I'm never missing it. As far as going back home, and we don't promote racism. We do not. In my 27 years of living, brother, I have never had a racist act done to me. Never. And so I say that to say this, that me being from Trinidad, we don't get me wrong, it's always prejudiceness everywhere. You know, you got Indians and blacks, like
Light skin, dark skin,
da, da, da,
old,
you
young,
know what I'm
blah,
saying?
blah,
Like,
Jim, you know, all that. Jim Crow
But
issues, Willie
as
Lynch
far
issues,
as
all that.
teaching it, like in the schools and pushing it in kids' heads about racism, or no, I don't come from that in Trinidad. So my perspective on that word and racism on the whole is different. That's why my whole point of going on CNN was to promote love and positivity, because all I care about is the youth. That 79-year-old woman, 79 years ago, she came from slavery, brother. It's nothing that...
That's not even news that an old white woman uses the N-word, right?
Yeah, I know old black women that use worse words. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're not going to hold this conversation about no old white woman. Get out of here. We don't care about you. She looked drunk, first of all.
And they were trolling her. They were getting her to sing the song because they knew it was funny.
They knew that either she didn't know any better or this is going to be funny.
No, listen. The one thing I'll say about that old chick, she definitely had no hesitation to have the N-word come out of her mouth. But at the same time, she was set up by them to be like, haha, look, she's singing the Trinidad James song.
Here's my issue. And you went on CNN. I did not watch you on CNN last night, but I saw a clip of, I forget the young brother that's always on there talking about.
Mark. From Huffington Post. Yeah.
From Huffington Post. And the other white guy that's up there.
Ben.
Whatever they was talking about.
Whatever
they was talking about. It's all a distraction. That's my biggest problem with this whole N-word conversation. The N-word, the use of the word nigga in hip-hop music is street talk.
Yes, sir.
Hip-hop is street music.
Yes, sir.
The use of the word nigga in black homes around the United States is not an okay thing.
Yes,
it's
sir.
not like every household in Black America uses the N-word. It doesn't happen like that.
Yes, sir.
Your mother, your father, your grandmother will slap the shit out of you.
Yes, sir.
It's a curse word.
Yes, sir.
And using it, even if you use it in music, you can't get up here and justify using the word. All you can say is, it's a curse word, it's a bad word, and I like to curse and use bad words in my music.
It's fun to do bad things.
It's fun to do bad. It's over. It's a bad word. If you're standing up in front of a group of black people, nobody just gets up and uses the N-word. Maybe at a concert.
What about the argument that people say, like, nah, but we've taken that word back and it's for us and there's...
Fam, nah.
You don't buy that?
Nah, fam. Stop. It's slang, bro. It's slang.
So how do you feel like about artists like Schoolboy Q? Remember, he said he doesn't mind. Like
he
the
doesn't
people at
mind his
concerts.
fans. Be clear what Quincy said. You're at my show. You're singing my song. That's clean. You leave my show, fam, you on your own, Jack.
Yes.
You run around here using the N-word like it's clean because you was at Schoolboy Q show and you get duffed out, don't blame me.
Of course.
It is a double standard. A black person is not cool with you using the N-word. White men, I know you're used to using it, doing whatever you want in the world.
Everything.
This is one thing you can't do, bro.
But it's so fun.
No, fam.
Oh, but white guys are going to be so disappointed. This is the
No,
one.
you can't use it. That's it. It's the conversation's over. And conservative America, please stop distracting us from the real issues by bringing up the N-word, man. The real issue is racism and the fact that black people are disenfranchised. We populate the prison system too much. Our schools are fucked up, right? And that's the real problem. And our houses get devalued when we buy them. Let's talk about that. Okay. That's the real issue. So we don't have access to wealth because when we buy a home, you devalue the home. And now what we thought we was getting into some wealth, we can't even get there. That's the real conversation. Stop bringing up the N-word, fam.
You went really deep. You went a level or two deeper than I thought you would.
And Ebro, let me speak for a little second there. You see, and that's the reason why I don't want to give the word that much power, because I don't want to see you act like that. I don't. No, I don't. Like, we were just smiling. You were showing all your pretty teeth.
Yo, man.
Whatever.
But it's in front. This conversation's been going on too long, man.
But
Stop.
And that's my whole point. That was my whole point of going on CNN to get the power. You see what I talked to my mom right after, because my mom was like my CNN reporter the day before to talk about the situation. You know, because I was like, Mom, I know my demeanor, and I know that sometimes when people come, if you cut a certain type of way, because racism, it really hits me a certain type of way, because I really don't like it. I don't. Like, I really treat every race with respect. I really do. I take pride in doing it, because I want the same respect. And that's what it's about. It's about love and respect. Respect. Or the reason why a white person doesn't say it freely is because out of respect. That's right. And that's what I wanted to get across to the youth. Have respect.
Well, and also, kids, there's a time and place. Look, I sag my jeans, but I know how to pull my pants up and when to pull them up. I know how to do it.
And when to walk in with them already up.
Exactly. It's time and place. I use the N-word, but I don't just get on the radio freely using the N-word. It ain't the right time or place.
Very true.
Now I use it in the privacy of hanging out with my friends, drinking, smoking, doing what I do. Look, if y'all wasn't around, I'd be like, Laura Styles is my bitch, but I wouldn't get on the radio every morning and be like, yo, my bitch Laura Styles. She be like, yo, what the
I'll
fuck is
slap
wrong with
you,
you, bro?
yeah.
Your face gets smacked. Face smackings.
Fact.
And it's like the same word, like bitch. Like that's such a catch-22-ish word. It's like women. You could call a woman that, she'll smack the shit out you. You know, the Lord slack. But then she'll go to the club the same night, like, yeah, I'm going out with my bitches.
It's just
But it's a
different-
double standard, and it's okay.
And it's okay.
And things like that, it bothers me from time to time. But we have to deal with it because
Listen,
it's
it's
life.
a double standard,
It's
bro.
crazy.
I'm gonna hit you.
fine.
I'm gonna hit you with something crazy.
It's a double standard like this. We could talk shit about New York rap.
exactly.
We live in New York. Trinidad
Yeah,
James
can't.
show up talking shit. My man, watch your mouth.
Yes.
That's exactly how it is.
And that's life.
Unless,
and I get that.
Unless, of course, you live my life. Yes, me, bro. I would argue
Back
that
to you.
How do you go back?
I would
Nobody
argue.
feels bad for you,
I would
bro.
argue. No, I don't feel bad for me either. However, I do live in a bizarro world where I am one of the only people I know who encounters out loud, direct racial slurs to
Yes.
my face.
Yes.
All the time.
And that's
No one
From-
does that.
From black people.
Oh, from black and white. But yeah, probably mostly black just because my demographic when I'm out. But people come up to me like, yo, you're the only Jew I like. And I'm like, man, if I came up to someone and said that, that would sound fun. And I'm talking about, this doesn't happen on a yearly basis.
It's once a week.
I'm talking about once a week. I all the time.
It's
The
true.
thing, and by the way, the reason I would never actually complain about it is because I'm a white man in America. There's not that much to fucking complain about. And if you do, you're a little bitch. But at the same time, those people should know the double standard. Me and Ebro can make Jewish jokes all day. Guess what? I'm Jewish. His mom's Jewish. We can do that. You can't just go up to someone and go, you know, for a Jew, you're not so bad. You cannot do that.
They have
But
a
they
point,
do
though.
And white people, I just want to say also, I'm 35 years old. I have made it 35 years without using the N-word. Life's not so bad. I mean, no, listen,
think
although
you'll be all right?
I don't know. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm missing out. Maybe if I started saying it, life would be incredible.
It's a foursome, man. It's not a threesome. It's a foursome, man. It's a foursome.
Yo, Trinidad, man, much success to you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Listen, part of this hip hop thing, because it is a street culture, is taking your bumps and bruises and seeing if you're gonna be able to come back from it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And you took a beating last year, bro.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna see what you do now.
Hey, we've all taken beatings. Hey,
Yo, listen.
No, definitely, man. Like for me, I'm not about to make up a facade. I just want to work and get what is due to me.
Yeah.
And if you see me at the up, thank you. If you don't, either way. But
Listen,
I'm finna
but you
work.
grinding, you grinding.
Oh yeah, man. You can't stop my grind or whatever. You can't stop my vision. It's gonna be great, man. Definitely.
Give it up, Trinidad James, people.